G'day, welcome to the pros and cons of Pokemon Go GPSing. Good thing or bad thing? Now, before I make this vid, I was always against GPSing because I thought it was a way for the game to be a disadvantage for people that didn't do it. And for a long time, me and my ex used to take down gyms at nights, and it was so hard because when someone's GPSing, it was very difficult to take the gyms when they just kept like burying it up and they kept kicking you out and just adding when there was no one there. So in this vid we're going to talk about the pros and cons of why it's good to GPS and why it's not. Number one, do I think Pokemon Go should ban GPSs? No. I'll give you a few examples of when it's a good thing. We have COVID right now in this world, and I think it's very hard for people to go out and play the game when there's COVID, there's bad people, and this way you can, if you can play it in the comfort of your own home. And I think that's a wonderful thing where, say you've got kids and you got to look after kids. You can't just go out, and play Pokemon, and neither can your kids in some cases. So this way, GPSing can help the kids play wherever they want in a safe environment. And that way also the parents can keep an eye on their kids, and that way the kids are not wandering the streets or going out at nights, playing this. It helps in some ways where if you've got no friends and you want to do some raids and you're like, oh, I've got no one to do raids with. Well, if you GPS and you go to a place where it's busy, like Zavago, Spain, or Sydney, Australia during the day, or New York is a very common one, you will jump into a raid and automatically have like 20 people in that raid. And it's great because you can you're not going to lose very many Pokemon because, there's a full lobby there, and, it's great. It really is great knowing that, you don't have to rely on people to do these raids. You don't have to ask people. You just go and do them, and there's people there. The thing that obviously a lot of people don't like about people that GPS is the gym taking. It's always been a thing where people always hate people for GPSing because they think that these people only do it to kick people out of gyms. Well, that's not true. You see, when I first started this game, there was no such thing as shinies. There was no raids. It was just the big deal was Snorlax, Lapras, Gyarados. They were like the big deals and Dragonites. They were the big deal at the time. And a lot of people were going out, meeting people and stuff. It was a great environment. People from different cultures were meeting up. But when the game takes up too much of your time, some people have kids, some people work, some people will miss, the comm days. And when it comes to community day, I've noticed the one thing about GPSing is it's a lot more relaxing and it's a lot more easier. If I was to say play from this spot on my normal accounts, without GPSing and just chucking an instance down for the whole comm day, I'm getting roughly about 10 to 15 shinies for the whole time, just by staying in the spot in my room, even though we're in the middle of nowhere. But when I go on my GPS account, I get that in an hour. In fact, I probably get 30 an hour. It is so much easier because you don't have to sit in front of a computer or phone and just keep playing. When you have, the programs that you play when you GPS, it's a big difference when you can relax. You don't have to stress as much. You can go to places in the world you've never been to. And the good thing about GPSing is if there's Pokemon from different regions, and that other people can't go to those regions, you can catch those Pokemon and give them to your mates for free. That's what I love doing. I love getting regional Pokemon for my friends. I love getting shinies for my friends. That's why I originally only had one Volar account, one Instinct account. And I wasn't really playing much on my Instinct account. My main account, I just do a couple of gyms, a couple of raids a week. But when I was thinking, well, I'm missing out on regionals. I'm missing out on a lot of Pokemon that, I need for my Pokedex. And I was like, well, I know when you ask for usually these regionals, they make you cough up a shiny. These horrible people, they make you cough up a shiny. So I was like, well, I don't want to cough up a shiny just for a regional. So what I ended up doing is I talked to someone about this and I made an account. I made 2 accounts actually. And the fact that now those 2 accounts between them have 500 shinies on them, couple of hundred 100% IVs, and lots of regionals that I give to my friends. And those shinies that I've got on those accounts, I don't keep them. I give them to friends that don't have them. And that's why I love to GPS, because I think, with my health and other people's health around the world, you can't just go out and walk. There's people in hospitals that, will be there for months and months, and you can only do so much from your hospital bed. When you GPS, it makes a huge difference. I notice a lot of people that do get banned. They get banned for not respecting the cooldowns and all that kind of stuff. It's mostly on iPhones people get banned. So I've noticed with technology. Like, I understand that, people will be like against people GPSing, but at the end of the day, everyone has a reason why they do it. And it's not just to kick people out of gyms, because that's a load of rubbish. It's GPSing, believe it or not, the people that do it, they spend more money on doing raids than anyone else. A lot of money people put in, especially the ones that GPS, they put in a lot more money because they're raiding a lot more than what they usually would. They want to get that, the shiny 100%er. They want to get, all these ones. And I only have a problem when people do the GPS to take people out of gyms. I think that's the most wrongest thing. So if you are on the fence about it, don't be, because there are some situations where people work, people have kids, people have lives, and when it comes to comm day, I don't want to do 5-6 hours of comm day. That takes up all my day. And I think, for a lot of people, it's a sort of thing where, little Pikachu here will give me a thunderbolt just to wake me up. I mean, it's draining. I'll tell you some of the good YouTubers out there that don't GPS. A couple of Australians, Pro Plani, check him out. He does a really good channel. He legit goes out and does these raids. He does legit go out and, do these comm days. You support people like that. You support people like Zoe Two Dots, or, the people like, Mystic and Trainer Tips and all that. Those of the guys are going out there and they're busting their butts. And if you can, look up these YouTubers and support them. Like Pokemaster Holly's like one of my favorites. I love her. And I like the fact that, they can make an income from this game. Now, we talk about people that GPS. There's a couple of awesome people that I follow, like Sean Limited. I love watching him. I love what he does. I like what Boom Clasher does. I think those two are like the funniest, different genres. I like when Boom Clasher takes the piss out of people. I love Sean's professionalism, Lifting Gaming Zombies. I'm not a big fan of his, only because, I think he ignores a lot of the comments and he doesn't seem very nice. Like, if you donate, he's nice, but I don't like the whole, John Cena dono or something. Let's just stick to Pokemon. Alright, you made a Pokemon channel, let's have it only related to Pokemon. Let's have like a Squirtle Bomb or a Pikachu Thunderbolt. References like that instead of wrestling references. How long have I been doing this GPS thing for? I only started this year. Because of my health, I was getting really sick and I couldn't go out and do raid hour. COVID, has affected a lot of people around the world where you can't go out and raid like you used to. And I was like, well, I can't play during the day because I'm just so tired. I'm just so sick. I've got no time, especially when I'm starting work soon. And like now, like I'm at night, you know, I can just come home and like play a bit of, you know, Pokemon from New York, play a bit of Pokemon from Spain. That's my two favorite spots. But never rubbish people that play by GPSing, because at the end of the day, you know, some do it for money, like some of the ones I've mentioned. You know, they GPS and they've got a good fan base, and I'm so happy that the fan base supports them. You know, if you know, it's people think that GPS and they go on and do make money from doing it. It's a job, yes. Like, you don't realize you could be searching for hours and hours for a shiny. It's not going to just guaranteed pop up. And when people donate to those people, the GPS, it's like a good way for them to make an income, because it's very hard for people to make an income this day. And if it's Pokemon Go that does it, whether you GPS or not, it's helping these people that bring out content like this. I mean, I, I'm going to start doing Pokemon vids. I've got a lot to discuss. This one's just about, you know, the pros and cons of, you know, Pokemon GPSing. I'll be making a lot more of these vids. The setup will always change. Like, I've got more Pokemon than this, by the way. And yeah, got to catch them all. That'll be my thing. You got to catch them all. But yeah, I'll be making a lot of Pokemon vids. So if you know someone that loves Pokemon, share this vid. I'm gonna keep this kid friendly and G rated, because, you know, I want to be respectable. At the end of the day, yes, all ages play this game, but at the end of the day, this has been set for kids. You know, it was a kids show, very successful in the 90s. It became a very big juggernaut, and it's gone from, you know, Game Boy black and white games like pixelated to like 3D to Nintendo Switch, and to now the Pokemon Snap. So I just want you to remember that at the end of the day, we are adults. We're allowed to play this game, but we shouldn't take it too serious. And I think that there's too many people out there that take this game too serious, whether they're, you know, all about gym taking or having gyms, or just wasting their time playing this game. This is a very fun game, but don't make it your life. You know, kids come first, family comes first, friends come first, job comes first. You know, all these things come before this game. And if you've got none of them, then you need to start getting a life, because this game is meant to be played for fun. And if you can help, if you do GPS and you can help someone with the regionals, do it for free. Don't make them cough up a shiny. Don't make them cough up money. Do it for free. The only thing that I'm against is people that do GPS make these accounts only to sell them. I think that's very bad. I disagree with that statement. People do it as an income. Like, when I'm all for like people GPSing and like live streaming their catches and stuff to people. That's fine. And if people want to donate, that's excellent, because you're supporting them and their family. You're putting food on the table. But when people make accounts and then they sell those accounts, I think that's really bad. I think that should be stopped more than anything. I don't know why Pokemon Go banned people for GPSing, because it's not really a big deal. You know, it helps people in raids, it helps people get Pokemon that they don't have, and it helps people give to others. But the moment people start, you know, making accounts just for the intent of selling, then that's taking the fun out of the game. Because unfortunately, people will spend hundreds to $1,000 just on an account. I hear that these level 40 accounts can go for a minimum of $100 and upwards. To think both my GPS accounts has got a level 40 and they've got 200 shinies on them each. Now, would I sell them in the future if I was desperate for money? No. That's not how the game's supposed to be played. The game, yes, originally was meant for people to go out, you know, catch Pokemon and get some exercise. But over the last year, the game's become more of a cash grab. And it's not, and I feel like the people that created the game are just after money now. And I will be talking about this in another vid where, you know, it went from being a very fun game and enjoyable, even a 3-hour com day, to now just all about events and pumping out money. But we'll discuss that in the next vid. So thank you all for watching. Go out there, catch them all. And if you can't go out there and catch them all, just GPS. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you all soon.